What's up everyone, Sebastian with Press Start Sev. I just finished my workout, so now is as good a time as any to talk about the new episode of Boruto. So as you can see, I'm kind of in my tank top. I just finished working out. There's 2 times in the day where I do my best thinking. The first of which is after a shower. Whenever I have to write a paper, do anything for school, I'll go in the shower, and then in my head I'll write the whole thing, or at least a good portion of it, and then I can come out and I can just kind of spit all my ideas out. I found that I think very, very well in that window of time, and I think I think very well after a workout. So I was trying to figure out when am I going to film this video, and I decided, you know what, I just finished my workout, I got a lot of ideas going on about the episode. It's going to be kind of brief because not a whole lot went on, but I think it's a good time. So just a brief overview of the episode. Boruto and Shikadai are kind of figuring out what the fuck's been going on. They're in the burger joint and they're sketching down some ideas of what Boruto's been seeing. So essentially he's confided in Shikadai and trying to explain to him the chakra thing that he's been seeing. I like finally that he's opening up to people about the fact that you can see this. It just is kind of annoying because he knows his mom has the Byakugan. He's brought it up to her about what the Byakugan can do. There's no reason why he wouldn't be like, hey ma, like I'm fucking seeing some weird stuff. Wanna let me know if that's anything like what you see? Or even asking if she's been seeing it because it could coincide. I don't know, there's just a lot of... I understand this is filler and it's just kind of establishing the world for those people who aren't familiar, but it just doesn't make very much sense. So this weird, like, creepy guy's like breathing, and he's following around Cho-Cho, Sarada, and Sumire, the class rep. This episode does a lot, but I guess the big thing is its characterization. It characterizes Cho-Cho particularly, and she kind of has her moment to shine, to see her kind of like, she likes the idea of boys and handsome, strong men, and all the guys are after her, so her character is really unique in that way, and it's not just played as like, oh, she's a chubby character. The 3 girls kind of figure out that someone's following them, and they're consistently trying to see who it is, and every time they look behind, he goes into his like camouflage jutsu, and eventually Cho-Cho partial expansions her hand and fucking punches the shit out of the vending machine and crushes the guy. Then Boruto, Mitsuki, and Shikadai come, and they're all like, what the fuck's going on? No, he has figured out. Cho-Cho eventually tells him he needs to confess his love for the class rep, and when he does, she shuts him down. Cho-Cho knew that was going to happen, but she was like, you know what, if you do it, you put yourself out there, and although you might get hurt, but at least you stepped up to the challenge, and she compares it really sillily to the bag of chips that she bought. She bought this really gross bag of chips, and she's like, oh, well, at least it's on the counter trying to get purchased, so I'll support it, and it kind of mirrors that to what he's experiencing. At least he went out there and tried. It's kind of a fucking dumb analogy. There could have been 100 other analogies that made more sense than that. But I guess it plays to her character liking chips and rooting for an underdog kind of thing. Although, like, this episode had a weird balancing between the tone. On the one hand, it was really playful and, like, kiddie and light. On the other hand, it was really creepy and uncomfortable with, like, the creeper, stalker guy vibes of, I want to be alone with you, and pretty much terrorizing this girl because he can't handle rejection. All things aside, though, it was a really good episode for what it served. The animation in this episode is probably the best in the show, apart from the first episode. As soon as the episode kicked in, I was like, holy fuck, like, they really stepped it up, and especially when the weird, creepy guys throwing all the kunai at Boruto and Shikadai, and they're fucking flipping around and dodging it all. I thought that part in particular, I was like, wow, like, they really... So sometimes you can see when the animation's stiff and they're kind of like robots and they're jumping around, but no, this was really fluid and nice, and that was, although not a whole lot happened in the episode, it was nice to see they kind of upped the quality. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to talk about. At the end we saw, again, Naruto and Shikamaru discussing what's been going on in the village. They're trying to understand if it's like an illness or someone else is inflicting it on other people, and then we see Mitsuki talking to the snake again on the Naruto Hokage head. Again, we're still assuming it's Orochimaru. He's confirming that Boruto can, in fact, see the weird, like, spirits, and Boruto confirms that he is seeing it in the form of a beast. I want them to be done with this. I understand that they're trying to pad it and get a lot going so that the manga can move forward, but they've got all the stuff that's going on in the movies. Like, it's kind of frustrating. Like, maybe if I was watching this, like, binging it, just one after the other, after the other, after the other, I'd be a little bit more okay with this. But because I'm eating week after week after week, and I'm not getting a whole lot of substance, I'm beginning to become disenchanted, I guess. Maybe that's not a good word, not disenchanted, but I always have a lot of high hopes when I watch the episode. Maybe shit's gonna go down this episode, and then it's just the same derivative of the last episode of we meet a new character, they're kidnapped, there's a life lesson, Cho-Cho talking no jutsu's the guy to not being a fucking creep, and then they still don't know where the chakra's coming from. So I want some more definitive answers going forward. Although I'm I'm so conflicted. I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys finding that you're having the same problem? Where like I love it because I like the story and I love the characters. I especially am really liking the characters a lot more than I thought I would. And I think a lot of the character designs for the younger generation is really dope. But I can't help but be like, just give me something more. I want resolutions. I want new challenges. I want anything else. Like I said, just a quick one today. Don't forget to subscribe for the next week's episodes. And let me know. I'm thinking about doing an Attack on Titan weekly review because the second season has been fucking bananas. I know it's a little bit late because we're already like 5 episodes in, I believe, or maybe 4. If that's something you want to see, comment in the comment section below, and I will oblige you happily because it's really, really good. So that's it, guys. As always, see ya.